Was it enough to close the runway and enforce the air blockade? Pictures flown out to Argentina that it was not. There was substantial damage, but enough of the runway was intact for transport planes to keep on flying. For the Argentine troops, the raid marked the start of a near constant British bombardment from the Royal Navy's 4.5-inch guns. Starting that day, and almost every night afterwards, the Navy shelled their positions, trying to close the runway and cause discomfort and disarray.
For the Argentine troops, that constant naval bombardment was only the beginning.
Out at sea, it was a tense 40 minutes before the planes returned, with everybody watching, counting, if they'd all make it back safely. They did. Only one plane was hit, the pilot unhurt. The damage, a hole in the tail.
All right, only a little hole on the other side, don't worry about it. That's it. Good to see you back, Alan. And 20 mil. I didn't see it. 20 mil. I didn't see it at all. No, it's not there. I see it fucking great hole. What I mean? Here, I think. Give the old 5-bar gate lead, that's what it was.
They'd had their first test, fire.
For about 2 seconds it scared me farthest, and then after that we just had to concentrate on the job in hand, because we all knew what we had to do. We knew taking, and it was just a question of getting as low as you could, weaving around what flank you could, and putting your weapons on the target.
What were you putting down and where?
I took 3 CBUs, and my brief was to run in from the northern end of the airfield across the runway and spread them across the runway into the domestic side, into the aircraft pan.
In the briefing room, there was hardly time to take stock of the raid before getting airborne again. The Harriers had to be back providing air cover for the ships immediately. Argentine aircraft probed the defences continually throughout the rest of the day. 2 of them were shot down. Several British ships were bombed, though without sustaining serious damage. Miles, it had achieved its object. 1 bomb on the runway. While the raid was going on, one of the Harriers in the first wave took pictures of the later bombs going off. Some were high explosive, others were cluster bombs, a shrapnel weapon intended to penetrate armored vehicles, radar installations, planes, and people.
5 aviones argentinos son destruidos. Pero en esa jornada, el submarino San Luis logra averiar al destructor Este. La Fuerza Aérea impacta a las fragatas Arrow y Alacrity y elimina otro destructor cuya baja no es reconocida. La artillería antiaérea derriba 4 aviones Harrier, pero este saldo es igualmente refutado.
Aparentemente es mucho mejor, la situación aparece mucho mejor y estamos tranquilos,
Varios aviones Sea Harrier fueron derribados durante el combate. Estos restos de un avión británico que cayera a tierra sobre Puerto Darwin, abatido por una pieza antiaérea, son silenciosos testimonios de la vehemencia del combate. El artillero que lo derribara comentaba su experiencia.
Justo enfoqué, digamos, la mira mía del cañón y lo tenía el avión y lo tuve que hacer únicamente disparar. Y vimos precisamente, se disparó 7 disparos, una ráfaga de 7 disparos, y los 7 disparos y se introducieron dentro del avión. Al ser efectivo el disparo y al introducirse dentro del avión surgió una explosión de los mismos impactos del proyectil. El avión viró hacia la izquierda porque lo teníamos, digamos, de parte del lomo hacia nosotros, viró hacia la izquierda para salir de la línea de fuego, pero no pudo llegar cayendo detrás de los cerros que tenemos al norte.
En las islas, las tropas que desde la noche del 1 de mayo recibían incesantemente bombardeos navales, ya llevaban largo tiempo en sus posiciones.